Hey, Knowledge family, how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody is doing fine. Family, I know that my voice sounded a little scratchy and everything, but y'all know this is Mardi Gras time of the season. And the Mardi Gras, I'm dealing with my organization with Mardi Gras, and we do parades and we be on floats, and it's hot weather, warm weather, cold weather, rainy weather, sunshine. So it's all mixed in one. So my voice got a little scratchiness going on to it. But I am taking care of myself, family. Don't worry. I'm taking care of myself. But anyway, I just had to stop. Because when I heard this about the Migos, it really hurt me. It really did. So I want to talk about that, family, right quick. And I have this picture up here for a reason. With Takeoff in a prayer hand position. They took a picture, and I was looking for some pictures, and this is what it seemed like came to my heart, that please use this picture right here. And I use this because of the way Takeoff is in the middle with the prayer hand. As if he's not liking what he's feeling and seeing from upstairs. Okay? Something tell me he's looking down from the sky. And he ain't liking what he's seeing here. And I ain't either. And a lot of the public is in an outrage right now, upset throughout the United States and the world. But family, we're going to talk about it. Because this is totally unacceptable. Then, family, we're going to talk about, and I want y'all to keep this picture in mind while I'm talking. Because y'all already know NJ got to come on the screen today. Because I got to send a female OG, a real female OG. I got to send some knowledge out here. And I also want to talk about this right here. Yeah, I want to talk about this right here. On your right side, family, is Mr. J. Prince. You know, that was the, his sons had that party, whatever they had going on down there in Texas when Mr. Takeoff passed away. He was riding around with this man here, family. Now, this man here, 57 years old, almost 60 years old. We in the same age bracket, okay? So, him and Offset have a little thing going on. But, Jay Prince right here, senior, he sent a little message to Offset. A very disturbing message. Almost seems like a threat. Yeah, I would say it was a threat. But it's some tension going on between him and Offset, because y'all know that his sons was with Quavo and Takeoff in Texas. That's why Quavo and Takeoff went to Texas for this here J. Prince senior man here son's birthday. And then it didn't turn out right because Takeoff come back in a body bag. Okay? So a lot of people say that the Prince family is allegedly responsible for it, and that Quavo and Takeoff checked into this family, but they didn't come back safe. Takeoff checked out. Okay? So let's talk about it, family. Yeah, let's talk about it. So I want y'all to keep these two pictures in mind. But I do want to say, what in the hell that I done lost my Migo mind is going on with Quavo and Offset. Okay? And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk real deep about it. So let's talk about it, family. Because, see, I feel it's quite strange that we have two Migos you know, that are basically beefing right now. Why? Why? Yeah, I want to know why. It feels like they got a lot of negativity floating around them. Yeah, it do. Seem like they got a lot of negativity going on around them, circulating and around them. So see, I want to talk to Quavo and Takeoff because this really hurts to see what is going on with these two. They made money together. They came up together. They hustled together. They made it happen. All three of the Migos, they made it happen to where they are rich. Unbelievable. Rich. It's nothing they can really want and can't get. So when Takeoff leaves here, everything goes to the gutter. Everything goes to the gutter. Now, like I said, I'm not liking what I'm seeing, not liking what I'm hearing, and people, I tell y'all about it, family. I'm going to tell y'all about what happened here at the Grammys, allegedly, but you can hear Cardi B saying a little bit of something, okay? Then we're going to talk about this here message that this Prince here, man, sending out to Offset and all that old mess. But anyway, y'all two done went down there and showed y'all ass at the Grammy. Y'all been traveling together. Y'all used to traveling together. Y'all used to knowing how to act. Y'all used to getting along together. I don't care if they say it's always been tension between them and they always didn't like each other. I don't care nothing about that. Because evidently they was able to put all of that aside to become millionaires. And just like they did it then, they could do it now. And then some people say, oh, well, the little argument they had at the Grammys had something to do with a woman or something like that. No, it didn't. Y'all stop that. Stop telling that lie. This didn't have nothing to do with that. And we gonna break it down what it really got something to do with. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. This is totally disappointing. Totally disappointing. You know? Now, I want y'all to listen closely to this female OG kick some knowledge. Because, see, over here, you have some female OGs out here that will tell our younger generation the truth and try to bring our younger generation to using their knowledge. But then you have some male OGs out here that wants to see confrontation, beef, and start beef, and wants to keep this thing going. For some reason. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you, Quavo and Offset right now, y'all being played. Y'all being played. Yeah, y'all are. See, y'all getting played in the old school way. And see, because you're being played in the old school way, you have no idea you're being played. So the female OG gonna tell you today how you being played. Okay? Because see, y'all haven't got to where some of the older generation has been. You haven't got there yet, obviously, because we older. You haven't lived the life that some of us have lived. You haven't really lived in the streets long enough like some of the street older people have. That have a little bit street knowledge. And they're using that street knowledge. The old folks are using the old street knowledge on the new generation. And they're using it in a toxic ass way. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So I'm going to need Takeoff and Quavo to pull off them blindfolds that they have on before they mess around there and walk in this deep puddle of quicksand. Yeah, because y'all headed straight there. Messing with OGs. Yeah, yeah. And I know about the streets. Like I said, I'm from New York City, and I've been hearing a lot. I've been talking to people in New York City, and I mean, people there are upset about this here thing. People all over the United States, even on the Gulf Coast, are upset about this thing. They talking about it all over the Mardi Gras. It's sad how the OGs are stepping inside this young generation for no apparent reason. We done lived our life. Why in the hell is we in the young folks generation? Starting beef, picking beef, making the young generation act like savages. See, it comes to the point where OGs have to start using knowledge for our kids. Now, let me slow it down. Let me pipe it down, because I'm getting too hot too quick. Rest in peace, Takeoff. If you two don't get it together, Quavo and Offset, y'all will step in that quicksand. Y'all will step in it. Now, Quavo and Offset has been very quiet after the passing of Takeoff. They haven't said much. They haven't said anything at all. They've been very quiet. They've been very quiet. They haven't said anything. They haven't sent any messages to nobody. They haven't sent any threats out to nobody. They have been minding their business. Matter of fact, everybody's been saying, why are they so quiet? They have been doing the right thing, staying quiet. You know why, people? Because Takeoff death has not been solved yet. So you're supposed to be quiet. I heard that they have somebody arrested, or because they arrested a couple of people or something like that on there. But the thing is, you're supposed to stay quiet until the end outcome. See, that's how real people are supposed to do. But it was some people out here that didn't like how quiet, especially that Offset was. So they had to trigger him. Yeah, they had to trigger him. Because they didn't like how quiet. They didn't know where he was at. They didn't know what he was thinking. They didn't know what he was plotting. They didn't know if he talking to anybody. Is he talking to the police? Is he talking to the feds? Why is he so quiet? Why we hadn't heard from him? Because see, Offset is doing his own damn thing with his family, and rightfully so. He's a family man. But it was a lot of people that didn't like that Offset was so damn quiet. It's sad. But anyway, family, there was a message that Mr. J. Prince Sr., you know, he's 57 years old, damn near 60. And he sent a message to Offset because Offset was too damn quiet. So he had to say something that might trigger Offset to say something. And we're going to talk about that too, Offset. Okay? Now, evidently, J. Prince Sr., the old man, he most likely knows where Quavo stands. Don't know if he been communicating with Quavo. Because, see, these are the people that everybody feel is responsible for Takeoff's early demise. But for some reason, he ain't too worried about Quavo. And I'm trying to figure out why. Because, see, Quavo is the uncle of Takeoff. But, see, he's not worried about Takeoff. So, evidently, it must be some type of communication going on, allegedly. Because, see, I'm old school and from the streets, too. So, he wasn't really worried about Quavo. He's worried about Offset. That's the one he haven't heard from. That's the one that seems that he can't get no cooperation out of or can't get anything out of. So now let's pick with Offset to make him triggered. And we're going to get to the Grammys. But see, this need to be addressed first. But anyway, this old man, J. Prince Sr., he used to be a gangster, I guess, down there in Texas back in the day. I don't know how they do their gangster shit down there in Texas. I only know how they do the gangster shit in New York City. And in the deep, dirty, dirty South towards Atlanta and everywhere else, because that's and I ain't trying to talk too much, but I know about it. Okay? And my thing is, I don't know how they shuck, jive, and move down there, but it damn sure ain't looking too goddamn good. I can tell you that right there. Now, this man here sent a message to Offset, and he wanted to get Offset triggered. So he had a little interview with him, his son, stuff like that. He's on the interview. I ain't gonna even say where the interview was at, because I feel that the interview shouldn't even been published. But anyway, he had the interview, and he wanted to send a message to Offset. And that message started trending, family. Not in a good way. And a lot of people are outraged throughout the United States and most likely the world. I can only speak for the United States, but because I traveled through, I have been traveling this whole time. And like I said, we got the Mardi Gras thing going on. And I've been hearing it. It's a lot of people outraged about this message. So I'm going to let y'all hear it and listen to it. And then we're going to talk about it. But Mr. J. Prince send this here message to Offset. Listen to it.
But this Offset dude, I ain't gonna leave him out. I'm just real like this, because niggas be throwing rocks and hiding their hand, right? They be throwing rocks and hiding their hand, and I don't like them kind of individuals, And the truth of the matter is, one can dance and different things in front of these different cameras and all that kind of shit. And when reality, the truth of the matter is, nigga, you wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive. You know what I mean? So for you to be taking these positions that you taking, you know what I mean? And I got people everywhere, so I hear all kinds of things. I want to just say this to you. Don't never put me in no position where, I have to defend myself. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be healthy for you. And, I have to say that. But it's $1 million worth of game. You know what I mean? It's $1 million worth of game, and I'm going to give it to him right on $1 million worth of game, because I ain't going to throw rocks and hide my hand. I'm going to just let it be known, to him, because I hear what's being said. And it's all love after that.
Okay. So, that's what he sent to Offset. 57 years old. Damn near 60. And this is the message he throwed out to a man that's young enough to be his son. Come on now. Why are old heads addressing this young generation? Why is old heads beefing with our own children? Why are old heads in the middle of these youngsters' mess? That's what I can't figure out. Because see, this J. Prince Sr. wasn't even at this party where Takeoff passed that. His sons was. But see, he got to speak up for his sons. Why? Why? Why is old heads in the middle of youngster beef? The show he was on, the show that this J. Prince Sr. was on, he was on old head show. Old heads promoting this mess. Why is old head showing and teaching our youngsters how to be gangsters? Yeah. Why aren't they showing them how to sit down like men to men and talk about differences? How to solve differences without weapons, without guns, without anybody being X'd out? Why are old head men not doing this? They doing just the opposite. Why? And you know, a lot of people they love to say that the single black women are the cause of black youngsters and these black young adult men for their behavior and being out of control and Xing out each other and all that. But here we clearly got a old head man that's 57 years old, finna hit 60, and he is damn near 60, and then he is teaching them how to be gangsters, how to send threats through the internet, how to show a brother how to threaten another brother on the internet, how to send threats to extra brother, how to show everybody, to alarm everybody that we got beef with this here one. So if anybody run across this one here, we got beef with him. So X him out or mess him up. We got a black man doing that. But see, everybody want to talk about the single black mothers or want to talk about the single black women. The reason why this is going on. Black women are not calling for death throughout the internet with their kids sitting right on the side of them and their kids, my daddy bad. My mama bad. Come on now. Instead of showing them generational wealth, how to start their own generational wealth, not my generational wealth. No, not my wealth. Build your own. It's good we have it, but build your own. Because I have it to where my kids are straight. But it damn sure is in a legal way, not in an illegal way. So why aren't the black man right here and black men promoting how to do that? Instead of having the kids on the side of them, showing them how to promote wealth, or on the internet, kicking knowledge like I'm doing. See, when we old like this, if we can't get on the internet and promote positivity, stay your ass off of it. These young generations don't need us coming in, helping them spark up beef, helping them start shit. The hell 57-year-olds, our age and stuff like that, what are we looking like getting on the internet, helping our young generation, our kids, start beef and learn how to start beef and learn how to be gangsters and spread the word and spread the knowledge of gangsters? I think J. Prince Sr. got all times. Because if he say he a gangster, gangsters don't move like that. They don't move like that. They don't move like that. Out here sending threats over the internet. to a man, Offset, that's clearly young enough to be his child. Why your sons ain't talking to Offset? You weren't even there. That's my thing. So why aren't all of y'all trying to come? And you supposed to be trying to get some type of settlement, a compromise, where things don't escalate instead of escalating it. Our old ass supposed to be a positive father figures on the internet if we gonna come on the internet. We supposed to be positive mother figures if we gonna get on the internet. These kids damn sure don't need us starting beef. Helping them start beef. Sparking them to have beef. Sparking them to X each other out. Sparking them to... Boy, Lord have mercy. We supposed to be kicking knowledge and positivity to the next generation, so that when we leave here, their life will be a little bit better than ours was. But no, not Mr. J. Prince Sr. I promise I think he going in the all-timers. And it's sad that his kids sat there and let him do this. Like, shit, you know, I don't know, Daddy look like he's slipping. He ain't supposed to be, wait a minute now, Daddy, you can't be telling that. Wait a minute, Daddy. And then the kid was supposed to go to the interviewer and say, hey, look here, don't put that out. Don't put that out. I don't care what my dad say. Don't put that out. See, that's how gangsters move. And if gangsters are moving the right way, the kid's supposed to automatically know how to move as well. Yeah, I see a lot of stank going on. Because there ain't no way on it. In the hell, if I'm going to sit up in the interview, damn near incriminating myself, then talking to the family members of the deceased person who was at my kid's event that caused the ruckus. So I'm not finna be talking to them folks on the internet. And if gangsters, OG gangsters are doing that at 57 years old and going up to 60, there might be a little touch of all-timers there. Because it clearly shouldn't be moving like that. Gangsters I know ain't did nan damn interview. They ain't did nan internet talking. They ain't did nan beefing with nobody on the internet. They have not said nothing. Quiet as hell. That's a sure no. But see, that's what you get when you won't try to get attention and want to get clout and want people to think you're bad and all that. But I'm going to tell you the real reason why all that right there was said. But we'll get to that in a minute. Let me just go to this right here. What is it about some of these old people that don't want to be old? They keep holding on to gangster shit. What is it? What is it about old people that we can't sit down somewhere? We can't grow up. We don't want to grow up. Yeah, we might be 57, 60, 65 or whatever, but our mind is still 20 and 19 years old. And we raising our kids like that. So that clearly shows right there why y'all talking about how the black women raise their kids. This black man should clearly show how he raising his. So it ain't the black women problem. It's a hell of a lot of black men problem as well. And I've been saying that for about 2-3 videos now. I'm about tired and exhausted from saying it. Because see, if it was a black woman that did that, first thing everybody would have said, you see, these black women are trifling. They just said, you see how that black woman had her kids there? They would have had a field day with that. But when the black man does it, everything is quiet about that. Yeah, they talking about how he threatened or how he said, send a message to Offset and all that. But they're not saying this is the trifling black man move we've been talking about. That they try to throw rocks and hide their hand, like he told Offset. He tried to throw rocks and hide their hand as black men and act like, yeah, I'm teaching our black young men that, but I'm going to hide back here and blame it on the black woman. Yeah. Throwing rocks and hiding your hand. But see, it's all coming out now to the public, all nationalities. They see it. They see it. They see it. It's starting to come out now. It is not the black women problems. The black women are not the problem. It's these black men, some of them. Not all of them, some of them. They keep exposing their hand. Old heads, too. How trifling. How trifling. We supposed to be showing this generation so much better. So they can want better. So they can strive for better. So they can have better. All of that. We're supposed to be kicking that positivity to them. All across this internet and all across this world. You know? And I'm going to tell you like this. Giving out turkeys and stuff because you are OG don't make you love the community. That ain't showing nobody nothing. You got a lot of OGs and gangsters out here talking about Christmas time. They give out 500 turkeys, 900 turkeys to the community and all that. Because, see, they the gangster of the community. Well, hey, look here. Y'all can clearly click on my playlist and you will see where I teach people all around the world, no matter what color they are, I teach them how to have at least 10 different careers under their belt, where that they can make a decent living. They can own their own business and they can run their own turkey factory. They don't have to accept turkey from gangsters. They can go in my playlist and learn how to open that business and run their own turkey factory. See, that's the difference between real old school OGs. What the hell I look like giving out turkey when I can teach them how to run their own turkey factory? But the black women are the problem. Yeah, Yeah, Bootleg gangsters around here. Threatening our own damn kids. We birth them, then threaten them. We birth them and then help them find a way to open up the graveyard gate and jump in it quicker. While we still living. We still living and we making a way for our youngsters to find that grave early while we still living. We putting flowers on our kids' grave. Instead of our kids putting flowers on ours, we teaching them how to put flowers and jump down there in their grave too early while we put the flowers on them. Come on now, what type of OG shit is this? It's a mental health OG problem going on, it look like to me. Look like an old-timers OG thing going on to me. Because every gangster's supposed to grow up and change his way. Y'all ever hear that? That you could be sitting around a couple of old OGs, OG female, OG males, and they could sit back and tell you a story about how they used to be. But now they're much better. That's how it's supposed to be. They're not supposed to stay that way until they damn 90 years old. Slow it down. Slow it down, MJ. Slow it down. These youngsters, this younger generation don't need old folks helping them to start shit. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. We supposed to be teaching them how to stay out of bullshit. Lord have mercy. Old folks on the internet with diarrhea of the mouth. Just on the internet with diarrhea of the mouth. That's why I say it seems like some of these OGs got Alzheimer's. Because ain't no way in the hell real OGs, female or male, supposed to be on the internet with diarrhea of the mouth. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Not unless they done got Alzheimer's. And then it's supposed to be somebody in that little clique that can see the Alzheimer's coming about. And supposed to say, oh no, you ain't gonna be able to, They're supposed to take care of that old person that's looking like they're falling in the Alzheimer's, because they can clearly see when it look like something is clearly falling off, because there's certain moves that's being made that is against the gangster rules. Boy, I don't know what type of gangster stuff they do down there by damn Texas. I don't know what they doing, but Offset done respond to this, man. You should have stayed quiet, Offset. But I'll get on you in a minute. But anyway, Offset responded to this old man here. And I want y'all to listen to what Offset said. And Offset, you should have stayed your ass quiet, because see, you had everybody nervous and scared because they didn't know what the hell you was planning. They didn't know. They didn't know what was you doing. They did that to see what type of move you was making, to see where your head was at. Listen, family.
You know what I mean? That wouldn't be healthy for you.
Nah.
You know, I have to say that. But it's $1 million worth of game. You know what I mean? It's $1 million worth of game, and I'm gonna give it to him right on $1 million.
Now that's just the old man still talking.
Just let it be known, you know, to him, because I hear what's being said, and it's all love after that.
Now this is Offset, y'all, coming up, responding.
Hey, first off, y'all niggas speaking on my real brother. I don't know what y'all niggas got, what the fuck y'all niggas got going on. Y'all niggas speaking on my real brother. I dare one of y'all niggas even speak on me and Tay relationship, nigga. I don't know you niggas from a can of paint, nigga. Y'all niggas don't know how me and my brother rock, nigga. You trying to clear your face, nigga. This your 5th interview, nigga. You done did about my brother, nigga. You ain't think about his mama. You ain't think about the family, nigga. We ain't said nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing but you niggas. You niggas, man, who y'all niggas think y'all nigga is? John got it, nigga. Ain't nobody going for none of that, bro. I ain't studying none of that shit y'all niggas talking about either. And if you heard something from me, I'ma tell you it's gonna come from me. Call my phone. Y'all niggas going off of he say, she say. Then y'all niggas supposed to be this, who y'all supposed to be. And y'all niggas on interviews, and it out on the interview. Talking about, I said, then nigga, call my phone, homie. You call my phone, we'll have a conversation. You know what I'm talking about? All that plant internet.
Okay, family. That was Offset response to the old man, okay? The gangster old man, okay? Now, I want y'all to also, after family, listen closely, after Offset made that response back to that old man, Offset said, hey, I don't know you from a can of paint, man. Leave, call my phone. You ain't got to be all on the internet talking that mess, whatever. Who you think you is? John got it and all that. Okay, so Offset said what he said, okay? Heck come the old man. Act like he got Alzheimer's. Because he supposed to be a gangster. Gangsters don't make these type of moves. Okay? But he wanted to reply back to this young man who was young enough to be his child. And he come back, and this is what he said, family.
This clown Offset suffered from being a fake mother. This clown Offset suffered from being a fake mother. He want to play victim now. But he was a volunteer when he spoke threats about me and my family name in his mouth about what he gonna do. Why you didn't call me to talk is the twist he wanna use. There lies in your woman here, nigga. I don't have time shown nothing but respect for her and family. See, boy, you acting like you a part of a family that don't really fuck with you because you a snake. Now you don't know me from a can of paint. Let me see if I can refresh your memory. Remember we talked when you got your ass whooped in Atlanta? You forgot? Remember when you called up on me and I came to LA and met with you because you was nervous about your wife performing because she had some issues about using the word flu? You forgot? Remember when you and Sauce Walker was beefing and you wanted me to stamp that bullshit? You forgot that too? I can go on, but I think you remember now. See, this is the reason I say blood make you kin and loyalty make you family, because of motherfuckers like you that have stuck a knife in the back of the ones you call your brother. Explain. Since you're a real ass nigga, explain to the people the real reason why you weren't on that stage at the Grammys with Quavo, who you call your brother, for the tribute. You ain't man enough to do that because you what we call a tender dick nigga. Take off, Quavo, and the family wasn't fucking with you for a while before it's passed, and it still don't fuck with you because you a rattlesnake nigga. Quavo been letting you make it because he got a good heart. There's consequences when you fuck with me. I don't have no heart for no snake, and I give you what you asked for. And by the way, I don't think I'm no John Gotti. That ain't who I looked up to. It's no secret who my OG is. The flag you perpetrate with. Homie, you better go do what you do best. Write some rhymes and quit playing gangster. I don't want no trouble. Peace.
Okay. Y'all heard that what he sent to Offset. Again. And I noticed in there he was saying, Quavo let you slide. Quavo be nice with you, but I'm not that type. So my question is, Quavo. So you associating with the people where your nephew passed at, and he just sent that message saying, Quavo let you slide. How do he know that? He's given that him and Quavo have a good relationship. It's given. Either that or Quavo Record Company, that QC, and this man here, he has a record label called Rap-A-Lot, whatever. They say, allegedly, that the label that's behind the Migos and this man right here, label company, that they are pretty close or whatever type. They do business together, whatever, allegedly. So is that where all this is coming from? That all of a sudden Offset is the target now? It was Takeoff was the target. But see, the thing that I say is Quavo, I feel Quavo, honey, you got it messed up, because I feel you were supposed to be that target along with Takeoff down there. Yeah, I really do feel like that. You might not think so, and you might think, no, it wasn't for me. Okay, you better listen to some of the inside messages of the message. Okay. Because, see, sometimes people keep their enemies close, because I notice he keep talking about Quavo. Quavo let you slide. Quavo is nice. I ain't that nice. You see, Quavo gonna let you do this, and I ain't gonna let you do this, okay? So evidently, see, my opinion is that you keep that enemy close, because, see, people are accusing this side for this side's demise. Okay? So if this side can get close to one of the ones on this side, then this side won't do hardly no testifying. Won't do no snitching on them. Won't tell what really happened down there. So we keep that person real close to us. So this person here move the way we want them to move until after the trial. But see, gangsters, so-called gangsters, will keep you on their side and let you think that they're on your side because they need to get out of this bind, and they need you to get out of this bind. So therefore, they gonna keep making you think they care for you until after all the trial and shit is over with. After that, your ass the next target. You better wake up, Quavo. Allegedly. That's that old school that I was telling y'all about. That the new school generation knows not how to play that game. So you fall in that puddle of quicksand that I was telling you about. And see if we knock Offset off. We ain't got to worry about nothing else. We got Quavo. Offset, you shouldn't have said a goddamn thing. You should have kept your mouth closed. Okay? But you done said it now. But after this, you really need to keep your mouth closed. Because, see, y'all think y'all got it all planned. Y'all think y'all know. This younger generation, y'all don't know about the old school game. But I'm trying to kick it to you. Stay quiet. Move in silence. You've been moving in silence. Continue moving in silence. You were doing a great job moving in silence. And not saying nothing and not showing nobody your hand. That was a trigger move to get a response from you because they wanted to know where you stand. Because, see, nobody else could tell them where you stand. Because everybody, hey, y'all talk to Offset, what is he saying? Oh, no, we ain't talk to him. No, we ain't talk to him. So that was a move to get you to respond. And most likely, ain't nobody told nobody nothing that Offset said something about them. That was just a move to see where Offset was. So, Offset, you continue moving in silence. Don't let nobody provoke you into that trifling ass quicksand. Continue moving in silence for yourself, your wife, and your family. For their protection. Focus on y'all protection. And I noticed he brought up Offset wife. See, that's another thing that if I talk about his wife, he gonna say something else. So, see, you start a beef with someone, family. You start a beef with someone so that you have an alibi if something was to happen to that someone. You have an alibi that that person was acting a fool too. Don't fall for it, Offset. Offset and Quavo had this argument at the Grammys. And they say that, y'all know the Grammys just happened. It was supposed to be a tribute to Takeoff. Okay? Quavo was there. Offset was there. Quavo was getting ready to do the tribute to Takeoff. And Offset comes backstage, getting ready, communicating with Quavo that he's thinking that he was going to join the tribute too. And they say allegedly that because they really haven't been speaking, and that's because they got a lot of negativity people inside their circle that's keeping them apart. So they haven't really been talking. But they both, I feel, was supposed to do this tribute. That's what the Grammys and them say. And by them not talking, I guess they felt like once they get into the same building, we can get them to do the tribute together. Even though they kind of not on speaking terms and things like that. But we might can get them together. And Offset went backstage where Quavo was, wanted to join Quavo, and Quavo said, no, I'm doing the tribute by myself. You're not going to do it with me. And Offset got heated. And they had a heated conversation. Some say a confrontation, and then some say it wasn't a confrontation. It was a heated argument. But you can hear Cardi saying, both of y'all wrong. Both of y'all wrong. You know? So you can hear her screaming that. Both of y'all wrong. Both of y'all wrong. Okay? Then they showed, this was on like the ET part, ET Entertainment. They was showing backstage that this was going on. And then they show Offset being walked out of wherever room or backstage place Quavo was at. And Offset was heated. So Quavo went on stage and did the tribute to Takeoff by himself. Quavo, you know you was wrong. I don't care what kind of problems y'all have, what type of not on speaking term, y'all was supposed to set all that aside for Takeoff. I think Takeoff would have wanted his tribute to be the both of them. And rather not, you have to think about the people and the public and the fans who made y'all. They wanted to see it. You can't be selfish when you didn't get there by your damn self. You got there with Takeoff. You got there with Offset. You didn't get there. You didn't get there by yourself. You didn't get to be this millionaire, whatever, millionaire. You didn't get that by yourself. You got that from Offset voice, your voice, and Takeoff voice. And that's who should have been on that stage, Offset, with you doing that tribute. It don't matter if you'd have let him came in on the tail end of it and just let Offset do about 30 seconds of a tribute. But you damn sure didn't get to where you are by yourself. But see, that's what happens when you have vultures and leeches and savages inside your circle that's feeding you spoiled ass meat. Offset ain't your enemy. But it's a lot of people around you that's going to make you think Offset is your enemy. Because a lot of people didn't like y'all ass no way as the Migos. Why? Because y'all had more than them. And they didn't like it. You had more than they artists. You doing better than they artists. And all that. They was jealous of y'all anyway. And you sat up there and you went on that stage and you did that tribute by yourself as if you are the Migos by yourself. Brother, you didn't get there by yourself. You need to think long and hard about that. That was trifling. That really was. And yeah, I seen some of the Grammys and I saw Quavo get up there on that stage. And when I was told that Offset couldn't get on the stage, bloop, I changed that. No, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to watch something that's selfish. That's low down. I'm not going to support that. No, I'm not. Because he didn't get there by himself. Point blank period. He got there with Offset. Come on, man. So it clearly shows now Offset is a target. Offset, watch yourself. Watch yourself, young man. I know that Quavo is grieving. And you know, I feel like I feel like Quavo feel like he was abandoned by Offset. And Offset family, before Takeoff passed, started going solo. And he wanted to get out of the contract with the Migos. And Offset and Cardi B, was his wife, he found a way, got him some good lawyers, to where when he went solo, his record company wanted to say, oh, just because you solo, you still owe us money. And he's like, no, I only owe y'all money when I do things as a Migo. That's what the contract is. Not if I become my own name that I owe you that too. And he's not up under their record label or something like. With his own thing, is like he's independent, doing something else somewhere else. Motown, I think it's something like that. Like he with Motown or something like that. When he's doing his own solo thing. Okay? And I really do feel like when Offset left, that Quavo felt abandoned. I don't know if Takeoff felt that way, but the way Quavo is moving now, it's coming out. It looks like he feels like, most likely, this is my opinion, I feel like he was abandoned by Offset. Like he got out, but we had to stay. And really, they didn't have to stay. They could get out too. You know? But he stayed. And then Quavo and Takeoff just become a duo. And they had just came out with a duo album together. Quavo and Takeoff came out with an album together. And then right when the album releases, boom, Takeoff get taken out. And that just leaves now Quavo. Now Quavo is in all this mess with these vultures. And I feel like he done got in too deep. Yeah. And I feel like they purposely keeping Quavo and Offset separate. They purposely throwing in beef. Somebody must have said, oh, you don't need him to do no tribute with you. Quavo, you don't need Offset to do no tribute with you. Damn, shit, he went solo. He ain't part of y'all no way. He ain't, oh yeah, you right, man. A whole lot. Maybe the record label like, hey, look here, we don't want to say it, but we gonna let you say it. We don't want him on the stage, because now that record label there that the Migos is up under ain't too happy with Offset either, because Offset been trying to sue him for his own personal rights. So now everybody trying to make Offset the target. Yeah. And I think that by Offset leaving, it hurted the Migos. But Offset had to do what was best for him. And I think Offset seen something right here, man. We ain't even getting our cut. We ain't even getting our money as a trio. Look like some of our money ain't flowing right. We ain't getting our money. And Offset was like, hey, I'm out. I'm out. I don't think it had nothing to do with Offset not wanting to be with Quavo and Takeoff. He just saw something didn't look right and he pulled out, but it looked like he pulled out just in time. And I feel like maybe Quavo feel like if Offset hadn't never left us, Takeoff might be still here, because we wouldn't even never went to Texas for a party. Because see, Offset, I don't think Takeoff wanted to be there, quite frankly, because I remember seeing some interviews with Takeoff clearly saying when they would be out and they be traveling, and if it's a casino around, Takeoff don't go. It be Quavo and Offset. I seen them in the interview when they like, when we travel, if it's a casino, Quavo and Offset will go and they would gamble, they would have fun and all that stuff. And Takeoff said, nah, I don't do none of that. I stay until they get through, and then they come get me after they through with all that. Sometimes they'll stay down there gambling all night. But I stay upstairs. See, Takeoff wasn't with it. He didn't throw away money. He had a business head too. That's why I feel they wanted to get Takeoff out the way so they could do anything they want to do with Quavo. Because it seems like to me, he is the most influenced person that you can influence very easily. But not Takeoff and Offset. So if you get Takeoff out the way, fine. But I really do feel that incident down there that happened with Takeoff was supposed to be Quavo too. Something just went wrong. My opinion. My opinion. Offset came out at the right time, point blank period. Anyway, that's what I do feel like that. And I feel like that's why Quavo have this little animosity still towards Offset, is because he still hurt that Offset left. But Offset seen. He's seen it coming. He's seen it coming. He's seen it coming. First it was the money looking funny. And in the industry, everybody know what comes after when your money start looking funny. When your money start looking funny, basically the industry is saying they really don't need your ass no more. So either you come out before you get in too deep and get deleted. Quavo, wake up, brother. You know, there's no way you should have been on that stage by yourself doing a tribute to Takeoff. No way. No way. No way. And I really do think that Quavo feel like he's in a safe zone by pushing Offset off to the side. Because, see, people must be feeding this to him. My opinion. People must be feeding. See, people are feeding, trying to make these two enemies. They need them to stay apart to work their plans. Yeah, they need them to stay apart to work their plans. So they trying to make them think that they each other's enemy, but they're really not. They're really not. They're really not. And I feel like Quavo really do feel like pushing Offset away, distancing himself from Offset, that he's in a safe zone. That couldn't be farther from the truth, homeboy. Couldn't be farther from the truth, old man. Young man. Couldn't be farther from the truth. Couldn't be farther from the truth. You putting your trust. I feel like Quavo is putting his trust in the wrong people. Point blank period. He really is. He really is. And this whole thing stinks to high sky. It really do. Between Offset and Quavo. It stinks to high sky when Takeoff passed over there in Texas. It started stinking like hell from over there. Now here you got it stinking at the Grammys with them two arguing together. Then you got it stinking on the internet with an old ass man messing with Offset. And it didn't do nothing but send everybody a message that Offset now has a target on his back. Yeah. Offset, you move in silence from now on. With your family and Cardi B, we know you hot-headed too. And you hear folks talking about your husband, you wants to say something. Shut your mouth here. Just shut up. And you get with your husband and y'all make some definite plans to where y'all move in silence. Everything y'all do is silent. Protect you each other and protect y'all family. And I remember seeing them on they was overseas and they did a concert together, and they was doing giving everything for clout, doing anything for clout. They was doing a concert together a while back overseas, and I noticed that they got down in the crowd, and when they jumped down in the crowd, the bodyguard, Cardi went on this side of the stage, Offset went on that side of the stage, but they met up in the middle, and then they started walking with each other to get back on the stage. But the bodyguards was on point. When they dropped down on that dropped down off that stage, those bodyguards was right there with them. Every move they made, every step they made, those bodyguards was right there. That's what you need right now, Cardi B and Offset. You need them now. Not only for the shows to follow y'all like that, but now you need them for everyday living for you and your wife and your children. And you might have to do this for about 8 years. Y'all got the money. Ain't no problem. But for about the next 8 years, I'm telling you what old school T know. But for the next 8 years, those same bodyguards that y'all had walking around with y'all, I'm talking about, it was a massive crowd. And Cardi B got down on the crowd, and Offset got down on the crowd, but them bodyguards was right there every step. And I heard Cardi B saying, "Oh, where you at, baby?" And he saying, "I'm over here." They was just that lost in the crowd. But, hey, they was showing it on TV. Those bodyguards was all over them. They was letting them perform, but them bodyguards, well, you couldn't even too much get a touch in off on Cardi B and them. Those are the bodyguards y'all need right now. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Cardi B and Offset. Get those same men. If you can't get those same men, go back and look at what I'm talking about, and then you hire men like that to be around you from this point forward. Morning and night and throughout the night. Because that message that was sent was totally disturbing. Totally disturbing. And then to put his wife's name in it, because that's what triggers a man. And basically, that's another message about, I know who's close to you. Come on now. Quavo, you need to think long and hard, because Offset is not your enemy, honey. He is not. He is not. Y'all better pay close attention and listen to this old school T. I'm telling you, Offset, do your own tribute to Takeoff, okay? You don't need to jump on no stage. You know, if Quavo don't want you collabing with him right now, he don't want you nowhere around him right now, he don't want to do nothing with you right now, you just gonna have to know you love him and not think they care about each other. But right now, it's a lot of people that's making sure these two stay away from each other, allegedly. That's how I look at it. You know, that's how I look at it. And I think Offset knew something wasn't right. That's why he distanced himself. It wasn't because he didn't have no love for Takeoff and Quavo. Offset see much clearer now that he is away from it. He see a lot clearer. And I believe he's trying to hold on to Quavo. He know that Quavo is in deep, my opinion, and trying to help him come out of it. But the thing is, you can't always help nobody. Sometimes you have to let them go, because you have to they don't want to be bothered with you. You have to let them go. You have to let them go. Family, we know that. We know that. That's messed up. And people are picking with Offset because they feel like Offset is the threat. They feel like he is the threat. Because he got out. He's independent. He's with a whole nother label. He has a family. He has a wife. And that's another thing. Offset got a family. He got a wife. He got kids and all that. And he's spending time with his kids. Cardi treat his other kids just like her kids. They are getting along fine. And a lot of people, why is it that is some black men that don't like to see a family, black family, doing well? They got to tear it up. But see, this old man here, who his kids was out there throwing this here party, his boys ain't doing none of what Offset doing. I ain't heard him say nothing about they got no wives. I ain't heard him see that they a family man and they married and they staying in the home and they taking care of the kids and all that. Offset is, but he the target. The one who's doing good, why is it that the people who's always doing good for themselves is the one that the evil folks target? Answer that. Offset, don't let nobody derail you. It seems like somebody trying to trick Offset out his spot. Offset, don't let nobody trick you out your spot. Don't let nobody trick you into jail. Don't let nobody trick you into death. Get your security here. And I know you already got it, but I'm talking about security like you had at that concert I seen you and Cardi be with overseas. Yeah, it's time for y'all to get those. It's worth the money. Take it from the OG. It's worth the money. Yeah. A damn mess. And I think that Quavo, either two things. Quavo don't give a damn about falling in that big puddle of damn quicksand. Or either Quavo is in too deep and he's afraid. He's afraid. So therefore, he's just going to take the quicksand because he's afraid. He's by himself now. So it's either that two things that was going on there. Is that either he just don't give a damn, or either he's too afraid because he's in too deep and he feel like he have no choice. But yeah, a damn shame. And somebody is keeping them two away from each other on purpose. They are purposely trying to turn them against each other to make them enemies. Purposely causing beef between them. They purposely doing this. Purposely. But Offset, continue doing what you're doing. Don't fall in that trifling ass quicksand. Please don't. And I just find it strange that Quavo is very quiet during this time. I understand about them being quiet earlier. But when Offset got threatened like this over the internet and Quavo still haven't said nothing, it speaks a hell of a lot of words. And when that man was saying, Quavo let you do this, and let us know that they still communicate with Quavo and Quavo communicate with him. Allegedly, that's what is given. You know what I'm saying? So Offset, it clearly shows that you really need to check your circle and move a hell of a lot. You have to move by yourself from now on. And I know Offset want to extend a hand and extend help and stuff. But when you look at what the surroundings is, you have to let it go. You have to let it go, bro. And focus on your family and your children and your wife and your security. Yeah. But anyway, family, that's all I had to say about that. I really do hope that Quavo and Offset, I hope, Quavo, you need to think real long and hard. You really do. Because I see a road that don't look too good. Because, see, I'm already hearing the message to Offset. And now to put out to the public that Offset is a target. Basically. That's what it's giving. Okay? So, they done let it be known that Offset is the target. So what make you think you any goddamn different, Quavo? That's all I got to say about that. Gain knowledge to prevent blockage. And we all know what that means. The more you know, the harder it is for anybody to block y'all from your goals and success. Bye-bye.